Hey there everybody, it's Greg the Flower Guy here, and today we are here to talk about a very touchy subject, which is Roundup. I specifically today want to address what I feel is responsible usage of Roundup. I think when people get into a lot of issues with pesticide exposure and potentially damaging the environment, we're using too much of the product in too big of an area. What I consider to be responsible usage specifically of Roundup is using it at the label rate, no higher, and using it in very small quantities. I think, you know, a lot of times I see guys who haven't sprayed the beds in 2, 3, 4 weeks in the summer, and next thing you know, you have a raging weed problem. Now all of a sudden, you're spraying large quantities of Roundup. I don't believe in that for a second. I think that that's bad for you. I think it's bad for the environment, not specifically because it's Roundup. I think it's just because it's a chemical. I think responsible usage of any chemical, specifically Roundup, I've used it so much over the last 19 years, and I don't have any health problems. I don't perceive I'm going to have any health problems, but I do use it very responsibly, and I think you should too. Do not let your weeds get out of hand. Spray less, more often. Recurring theme here on our videos, and I think that you're going to be absolutely fine. So make sure that you're doing it in the growing season once a week. Just go around, check your beds, check your pavers, but we're talking 1 gallon, even on a big property, should last weeks on one single property. I mean, you really shouldn't be using a lot of this stuff. And you know, I see, you know, my neighbors, they go to Home Depot, buy some Roundup, and they're squirting. You know, I see other landscapers, you know, spraying with backpack sprayers. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that I think that if you're going to try to be as responsible as possible for yourself and the environment, that you should do it every week in very small quantities. Spot treat small batches of weeds. If they're large, go ahead and pull the large ones and then just spray the little ones around it. And I really think that you'll have great looking beds. You'll have better looking beds if you do it every week, and you won't be risking your exposure to any chemical, whether it be Roundup or some other herbicide, and you certainly won't be putting it into the ground. So, you know, that's really what I want to say, is just be as responsible as possible with all of your pesticide usage. And, you know, Roundup gets a very bad rap. You know, everybody thinks it's evil. I don't really think it's evil. I think it's a great chemical when used responsibly, and I think you should too.